Hello, my name is Ace. Welcome to the stream. I'm a hobbyist working on a sculpt slash practice 3D sculpting for a web comic. And use my meshes as reference. We are pretty far along. It's been about a week and a half now since I've started this sculpt. Right now we're on a hand, so as you can see, it's a disembodied hand here floating. Only two fingers on it. But we're just going to add these fingers and then that'll be it. I got to do some behind the scenes stuff and some other things, so I think it'll be a short stream. Hey, Jewel, welcome to the stream. I made it work. I wanted to stop in before I get swamped. Have a good stream. Thank you, Jewel. Thank you. Have a good day at work. Hope your morning's going well so far. 99, welcome in. Ace, 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 ace. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hope you're having a great morning as well. I'm looking at this hand here, and yeah, we're gonna try to put the rest of the fingers on today, and I think we can, besides some tweaks here. I'm looking at the top of the hand. It looks a little too artificial. You know what I'm saying? It's a little weird there. So I think I'm trying to do a bunch of chores before lunch and stream. Tub filled with brown water. Got to fix that now. Oh man, that doesn't sound good. Did that? I guess that came out of the. Did that come out of the drain or the shower head? Hope you get that sorted out. I think okay, what I'm seeing here is that this needs to be a little more angled toward each other. So we're gonna try to fix that. I was cleaning the tub and it came out the drain when it stopped draining suddenly. Oh man. I wonder if any pipe cleaner would fix that. Or at least alleviate it. I know that yeah. I'm not sure if it would because I know, I'm not gonna say anything else. But yeah. Well, I need to get my stylus here. Um, all right, so let me smooth the top of the hand out. Plumbing it now and use Drano. That didn't help. I like what was it called? It wasn't called Green Goblin. It was like a green meanie or something. You could find it at Lowe's or Home Depot. It's pretty good stuff. You gotta let it sit though. You gotta well, I mean, I guess you could say the same for most drain cleaner. You gotta let it sit. What I do is I pour it in overnight and then I let it sit in the drain all night and then I boil some water whenever I have this problem and then in the morning and then pour that down the drain and that usually gets rid of it of the whatever's blockage is happening. I don't know if a blockage is what's going on in your situation, but it's the best I can do as far as offering any sort of help or advice. I don't know. It looks a little. It kind of dips down a little bit. I want to try to bring out the top of the hand here, the back of the hand. I want to bring that up some more. What we're going to do is we're going to take these tendons and bones and we're going to angle them towards the center of the wrist there. Yeah, I hope you get that fixed. That doesn't sound like a great start to the day. Okay, so let me see. All right, let's see. It looks a little less weird, but we still have to angle those bones in. So that's what I am going to do. Uh, let's Get the clay strip brush. I was looking at a lot of indie comics yesterday. I was trying to find out which ones I should read next. I'm currently in the middle of, well, not in the middle. I'm kind of sort of in the beginning of the X-Men's full run. I'm in the 70s right now. I read all the 60s. That wasn't they didn't have a great start. It was very lackluster, but it really kicks off in the 70s with Chris Claremont and all the big names that start working on that book in that time. They have already they defeated the Sentinels in the first run, but now the Sentinels are back. Okay, under what was it? Who did that? Bolivar Trask, I think. They had to go to space. They had to go to space. He had like a little space station. They had to go to space and take him down. I find that interesting. It's not as heavy hitting as X-Men becomes later on. They don't really tackle super serious subjects yet. It's still the sci-fi and the superhero stuff. But that's where I'm at right now. It's like 1975, which is, I think, is around issue 105, 106, something like that. That's where I'm at now. It's going to be a very, very long road to get to. I think that was Trask. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it's been a minute because I have to take breaks from it. It's such a long. It's I have a long way to go before I get to the X-Men that everyone knows, right? Um, I know there was a lot that went on in the Krakoa era, and it seems to be pretty celebrated. So I'm trying to get to that without having to skip all the way to the end. I kind of want to just read the whole run because I always wanted to do that. That was one book that I was always very interested in, more so than Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man probably almost as much as X-Men and Batman, but I have not read nearly as many of those books than I have of X-Men. That's the best drug dealer story in Marvel. Yeah, yeah. I did see that part. Yeah, when they told the world, it's like, listen, we tried to help you. We tried to help you. Now you gotta pay. We could cure all your diseases, cancer, all that stuff, but you kept pushing. Now you got to shell out some money. We were gonna give it to you for free, but you ruined it. Yeah, they seem to be in a very, very powerful position. I saw some of the Moira McTaggart stuff too. That seemed interesting. I thought it was, I don't know, it's kind of weird that she's no longer a human, because I always known her as a human. But I think it's something that I give a shot, see what they come up with. But now she's a mutant and she has these extra lives basically. And she every time she dies, she ends up in another time and place. And apparently she's against mutants, so it's very weird turn of events. But I'm looking forward to getting to that. There's a couple other stories that I've always were interested in. I do like some of the other X books. Like I like X Factor and X Force. Probably X Factor more than X Force, but I gotta say, Uncanny X Force was very, very, very interesting. So and I did read some of that already. The X Force, the hit team that Cyclops puts together. It's like, listen, we got all these people coming at us. All right, we got to take some of them out. Wolverine, get you a team, all the best killers, okay, and we're just gonna start killing people, all right, that mess with mutants, and that's what they did. So they go and they put the hurt on people. It's not about the peace solution isn't working. It's supposed to be secret because Storm is like kind of like the other leader of the X-Men, and she ain't gonna be having all this secret, Black Ops freaking hit teams going on. So they had to keep it a secret. Um, and yeah, basically Cyclops like, listen, I don't know nothing. Don't tell me anything. You're just gonna get a list of names and you're gonna take them down. That's it. So I thought in that regard it's an interesting story. Um, Not so much the dark aspect of it because that's always been there. Really, you have Wolverine. He's always going to be mixed up in some bloody affair. Basically, everyone on that team, which I believe was well, maybe not Psylocke. I guess Psylocke kind of moved into that territory, but she wasn't like that at first. Psylocke, Phantom X, uh, Archangel, Deadpool, Wolverine, of course. I think Deathlock was on the team. I already said Deadpool, right? Yeah. Cable was like kind of that he was like involved, but he wasn't really on the team at the time. Even though X Force is basically his team, but he was there. Okay, he's there. Yeah, but all in all, very interesting story. I think my favorite X Men story, like recent X Men story, would be the Messiah Complex trilogy with the Messiah War and the Second Coming. It takes place during a time when there's no more mutants basically. It's like there's whatever's mutants are left, and it's like less than 200 in the whole planet. Bunch of stuff happened. House of M, Cassandra came, and I still didn't read Second Coming. I would say Second Coming was probably the weakest of the three. That whole thing with trilogies. It doesn't always keep the steam, but I do like I think Messiah Complex was the best because that could be standalone, but then they kept it going with Messiah War. Messiah War has more to do with Cable, but it's basically a continuation of that story. But there's no more mutants, and then one is born, and everyone tried. It's like a mad dash to get to this baby that was born, and the Reavers. I think the Reavers are a bunch of cybernetic humans, I believe. That's like Lady Deathstrike and all those people, and there's the religious cult that doesn't like mutants. I guess it's the since Friends of Humanity doesn't necessarily exist in the books. It's more like a religious thing in the comics, and that's where basically that's the origin of like William Stryker. In the movies they made him a military scientist, but in the comic books he's like a religious figure, and he ran that. I think he ran that team. Yeah, they are cyborgs and have technovirus. Yeah, yeah. I forget all the other people. I just remember Lady Deathstrike, and then that guy with the tank legs. I think he was in the cartoon. And then the other guy with the is it Caliban? No, it's not Caliban. He was in Logan. That guy. He was in Logan. There was a guy with a metal arm. He's in it's that. I think that's Caliban. No, that can't be Caliban. Anyway, he's in there. But yeah, it's like a mad dash to get the baby, basically. Mr. Sinister wants him, Apocalypse, X-Men, everybody. The dude with the liquid metal was so cool. I wanted his figure. Yeah, some of those I don't know a lot about those characters, but yeah, some of them were pretty interesting. All right, so push I'm just gonna push that in a little bit. Then we're gonna continue working on the finger. And there's like a little dip that I want to add here somewhere in between the thumb. It's like right here, I do believe. And yeah, that's basically the gist of the story without delving into spoilers. But it has a pretty decent turn of events, I would say. That story is probably one of my favorites. As far as full arcs are concerned, I'm not sure which of those I would put like on my like best stories. I only know them from like a third person perspective. But oh yeah, hold on. Let me do something real quick before I forget. Would you please vote toward which project to work on my stream? Yes, I will. Give me 1 second. I forgot. I'm gonna do some shout outs. uh There's a shout out for Bejeweled. She's a variety streamer, plays Mass Effect, and Monkey Island, I think, were the most recent. Check her out if you haven't already. Oh, and RuneScape too. You like RuneScape? I had a roommate that played RuneScape. I don't know much about it. I think he was doing like some kind of quest in a cave or something. But that's my thing. That's my contact with RuneScape is watching a roommate play it. I was more of an 11 guy and Anarchy Online, but I've seen RuneScape before. It reminds me of Ultima, which is another game that I used to play. Oh, RuneScape is less of my favorite X-Men story is Avengers versus X-Men or the end of Blue and Gold. That's why Cyclops became the man. Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny? A lot of people don't like that story. I've been reading. Um, now for you, oops, I put wheel instead of heel. Oh, I have to wait 43 seconds. Wow. Okay, I'll get it later. But yes, yeah, AVX is, I don't know, that rivalry was almost already there. They had actually already come to like a conflict from where I'm at in the story. And like there was like a mad dash to solve some kind of crisis, and the Avengers and the X-Men show up and they have to like begrudgingly try to work together. I think they might have fought a little bit. There's yeah, they've crossed over a lot. It wasn't anything like it is now where they're just straight up like on opposite sides, but there was always like a professional rivalry at the very least, you know. I don't mind that. You know, I wasn't really a big Avengers fan growing up. I guess I played the video game. I wasn't a fan of anyone on the team except maybe Iron Man until the movies came out. The movies made the Avengers like 10 times better for me. But that's only because I didn't read any of the stories and I wasn't really interested. I only started paying attention once, I was like, okay, Avengers aren't bad, seeing the movie, they could make a decent movie out of the Avengers, then maybe I'll take a look. But I think Iron Man, Hulk, when he was an Avenger, those are probably only two people I cared about. I didn't care about Captain America or Vision was kind of interesting. Now I didn't care about Thor or Hawkeye. Those thigh high boots that they fold down. I'm not a fan of those boots, and like everybody had those boots. Well, even Cyclops had them, but Cyclops is kind of cool. So I don't like those pirate boots. That is a style choice that I never agree with. I'm sorry. Okay, I know it's like classic hero stuff. Those Hawkeye's boots. I'm sorry. I hated Iron Man, Cap, and Cap stories before MCU. Yeah, I think the only one that like really made me pay attention was Civil War, and by that time, uh, Iron Man was on the horizon, the first Iron Man movie, and that kind of turned it all around for me because I was like, man, I don't care about Iron Man, and really, I kind of had a mild interest in Iron Man, but at that point when the movie was coming, I was like, man, nah, man, I don't know why they're making a movie Iron Man. I did not know, that he was one of the. I guess I don't know, man. I guess I didn't really think about it. I didn't expect Iron Man to be popular. A popular hero. That's only because I came into comics, in the early '90s. When I don't think Iron Man was popping then. It was X-Men. It was X-Men and Spider-Man and Image Comics were like the only things, in Batman. With the Nightfall story and everything. It wasn't Iron Man stories. I tell you that right now. All the alcoholism story and all that, the really good stories of Iron Man, I didn't know about them because Iron Man wasn't a liked comic at all before MCU. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's only when they started putting him with Spider-Man and the whole, the Civil War and some of the stuff with the Ultimate Universe is the only time that I've seen Iron Man gain any traction. But I could be, like I said, these are just this is just my perspective. Okay, I just wasn't really exposed to it other than the cartoon. MCU made Cap, Iron Man, and Thor like no one liked the three before that. Even diehard fans disliked them. They probably just didn't have good writers. It's kind of like where Spider Man is now. Spider Man is like the face of Marvel, more or less, but the comics aren't in a great place according to the fans. All right, so let me try to. I'm trying to see here. Is there anything else I can do before I move on? Just the tweaking and adjusting things. Nah, go back and look at old comic forums. No one cared. I will. I will. Uh, yeah, it's weird, man. I mean, obviously they have fans, right? They came out to see the movie. If they didn't already have that backing, because Marvel tries to do things and put lesser known heroes to the foreground, right, into the spotlight, and they don't. Most of them don't do well for that reason, right? I thought Iron Man would be the same way until I saw the movie. It's just Robert Downey Jr. really put that man on the map. That character, good for him. I heard they were trying to. I don't know. It could be a rumor. I heard they were bringing Iron Man back in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if it's going to be Robert Downey Jr. But I hated Iron Man, but that trailer looked so good that I had to give it a shot. Current Spider-Man kind of fell off. Yeah, it ain't kind of for a lot of people. I don't like any Tony in media. Oh, yeah. I kind of get it. I kind of get it. Um, yeah, like I said, I had a mild interest in Iron Man. He was in Marvel versus Capcom, and he was a pretty good character in there. Pretty to use. And you get the proton cannon. He's got that. The unit beam. He's got all that stuff, but other than that, and just the video games, I guess. I didn't really, like I said, I didn't have any Iron Man comics, so I had Hulk comics though. Had Hulk comics. I had didn't have any Thor comics. I still don't consider myself a fan of Thor, to be honest. I didn't know he was in the Mutant Massacre. Thor was there. Thor shows up to help out, to try to help people, I guess, but he's the damage had been done by that point. Let's see. Wasn't that robot Thor replacement? I don't know. It was not revealed. He had the Manolier hammer, whatever how heck you say it. Manolier. He had the hammer. He was wielding it. Can a robot pick up the hammer? I don't know. I don't know how it works. Doesn't sound like that's how it works. Where's my stylus? Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it, everybody. I got it. I was using the mouse for that. And I put the stylus down. I don't know why. Oh yeah, to do the shout outs. Yeah, I don't know if that was a robot Thor replacement. It seemed like the real Thor to me, but no one in the Mutant Massacre was gonna beat Thor. It's literally just Mr. Sinister's Ravagers killing everyone. None of them can take Thor. Sabretooth can't. Scalp Hunter can't. I can't think of anybody who could possibly give Thor any kind of fight in that team. That big hairy dude. In the cartoon, they're called the Nasty Boys, but in the comics, they're not. They're not called that. They're called Ravagers. I like the Nasty Boys as the name, as the title. They just sound like something that you have to stop. I hope they come back in the cartoon. I have to see the new episode. He was replaced by a robot for like 10 years. He used the hammer, but not the axe. Yeah, I did hear about a Thor robot. I think it's dumb, to be honest, but like I said, I'm not a fan of Thor, so it didn't really matter to me. It's not like something that warranted outrage. I just thought it was not a great idea. Nobody wants to see a robot hero, especially if you're a fan of that hero. You want to see a robot version of that? I don't. That's like making a robot Spider-Man and then just have him just be the main Spider-Man for a while. That's just not going to work. Although I think Ben Riley, well, Ben Riley's a clone. He's almost like Spider-Man. Then you have Doctor Octopus, who took over his body for a while. Superior Spider-Man, I thought was a very good idea. honestly, and this is probably something that would probably anger people, but I thought that, Octavius in Parker's body forever would be just the type of change that Spider-Man needs right now. The books ain't doing too hot, okay? I'm sure somebody likes them though, so just take it with a grain of salt, if you're a fan of those books. I personally, from what I've been hearing, it doesn't sound like something I would read, but I'll give it a shot one day. Oh, no one knew he was a robot except for Iron Man and Shield. Yeah, of course Iron Man knew. He's always keeping secrets. So he's always got his secrets. Got his little secrets. But yeah, when I don't want to see uh mainstream stories, I go to indie comics. Okay, I've read a lot of those, and they're also short. Many of them are much shorter stories, so it's easy to just get in and get out. When you want to take a break from the main stuff, from the big two or the big three, I guess. Since by default, Image is number three. I don't. It's nowhere near what it was in the '90s, but still a big company. They have mostly indie titles. Oh, well, they're an indie company basically. I guess I don't even know why I said that. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. I found a new website to host a comic on. It's called hang on, I'm gonna get my phone here. Globalcomics.com. I want to give that a shot. I don't remember the details. It's like a replacement life model decoy when Jane Foster took over and everyone went to ask Guardians of the Galaxy. He was he was used to call Civil War 2 or 3. Link, yeah. What did I say? Globe. That right there is the link. Found it just today, this morning, a couple hours ago. People looking for an alternative to webtoons. I guess they're tired of all the same stuff. Apparently, the webtoons ain't in a great place right now. According to some people, anyway. I guess I get it. I'm kind of slightly plugged into that community. I try to keep track of it because I kind of want to post the comic there as well, but I'm gonna have to censor it in some way, shape, or form for that website. And this website, I can show whatever except uh nudity and sex scenes, which are like, I don't even know if that's something that's very sparse in my comic, so it's not really a big deal to me. Did you see what Webtoons did? Are you talking about putting links in the comments and people were just linking other comics in people's comment feed? I know that much. That's kind of, but you could just, if you own the comic, you could just delete that comic if it bothers you, right? Like if you somebody has the audacity to advertise another comic in your comment section, you just delete that comment. That's what I would do. I wouldn't even give it the time of day. Or you could just let it go and be like, okay, yeah, maybe I want to see it too and see what they did. I don't know. It all depends on your personal stance of advertisement. I guess it's the same thing as Twitch, right? A lot of people don't like it when you just when other people just unsolicited just advertise their stream in someone else's stream. It's kind of, they usually have a place for that, maybe on a Discord or something. I don't know. You in studio have carte blanche in that regard. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. You guys all you always supported me in my efforts of streaming, so you have that privilege. Nah, they changed the search to prioritize only romance or comics that publish daily. They aren't recommending unfollow weekly, monthly publishers. Yeah, they're calling it They had a name for it. Yeah, it's basically romance. A lot of romance. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's the biggest one. Not my style, but you can tell a story in any perspective, right? Doesn't I guess if you really, if I really tried, I could make it I can make a romance story, but it's not really. I'm not. That's not the way my creativity works. I guess at least not for this story, or any of the volumes that I have planned. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't have any interest in that right now. There is some, there. It's not the focus. Like I should say, it's not the genre of the story. I think I could write romance, but just not in a way that it's done on webtoons. It's almost impossible to be discovered, in some comics who earned a living now earn nothing. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's romance is the biggest thing, right? So I guess, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I won't post there, but there's always Canvas, right? There's still some originality there. It might be infrequent updates or unfinished stories, but hang on, trying to duplicate. Okay, I guess I'll just do that. I argue it's the biggest because that's what the site recommends and gives people in searches. Yeah, it is the biggest. It's very much the big. You're absolutely right. That's completely true. It is the biggest. Um, yeah, I mean, like I don't have a problem with it. It's just I don't have an interest in that genre. It's not something that I'm going to be looking at. Not even really for. Well, I don't know. I guess I would see, like, how do people, like, if I guess I could have some curiosity in, like, how people on that site write romance, but other than that, no, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't do, like, if I were to do a romance story, it wouldn't be in the style of webtoons because it's all the same tropes. All those, I know all those stories are very similar. The same. It's either isekai or being resurrected as a hero or villain, or uh and I'm not making the mistake that I spoke about before about painting them all with the same brush. It's literally they're literally choosing the stories that are similar to stories that have succeeded. The website is operating this way. This is their MO. Okay, they're doing this. They're putting all of very similar things at the forefront of their website. So this isn't a knock on any other creators here. I'm just saying that yes, they're very similar in the story. Other things would have a shot if they were shown in searches. Yeah, I agree. Like one romance in webtoons. It's about a girl who doesn't want a relationship, but her family keeps setting her up with dates each volume. Wow, that sounds like an easy fix. She must be royalty if she doesn't just leave, right? Okay, there I go again, trying to guess the story. I'm just I've seen it all. Okay, I've literally seen it all. I'm sorry. It's hard to, like, when you don't have an interest. It's like okay, you're already geared to, like, not give it a shot, right? But it's like, okay, let me stop. All right, I'm not like that. I promise. All right, so let me. It's like villain of the week romance comic. There was this one. Nope, I'm not even gonna try to guess it because I don't really remember. But it sounds like that. Something about an empress. I don't know. No, it's period. It's a period piece where women don't have a, yeah, don't have a choice. Yeah, but usually arranged marriage is for people of status, right? I don't think commoners do that. Do they? Could be wrong though. I don't write in those time periods. Like, my story is set. My story takes place in the '70s where none of that matters. and it's more like it's not older, it's very modern civilizations because obviously that these things still happen, right? But it's not in a culture where it's an issue or cultures, since it's like a very worldwide setting. In this comic, they do. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. It's just I just I just don't have a horse in that race. I just don't. There's not much I can say about it. Hey, wait a minute. Where's my UI? Is it this? No. Every issue is like, how does she make herself unappealing, escape, or force them away? I mean, eventually something's got to give, right? You're gonna meet somebody. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go, to be honest. I don't know. It sounds like a unique story, but I'm sure there's like five others that are like that, right? Because that's just how the site is. I don't know how else to say it. If it's all romance, then nothing is romance, right? No, that's not how that works, does it? This isn't The Incredibles. But it would end if she met someone. Yes, that's true. But not necessarily, right? You could have a lover and keep that lover a secret, and then that could be the reason why she avoids, the arranged pairings. I'm sure there's a way you could do it. But normally the popular webtoons don't end. They just draw them out forever and ever because that's how they make the money, and that's fine. It's just the creativity is gonna take a dive as a result. You have to kind of, I don't know. Sometimes there's a balance, right, between making money and staying fresh, right? If the story ends, there's no more money, and the goal is to make money. Then you gotta keep it going. A lot of people just don't. They don't finish it. They start a new one, and it's either leave it unfinished or they drag it out to the point where it's like, oh my, it's not good anymore. And but people like it. People are so invested that they don't care. It's like a sunken cost policy, sort of. Nah, that would be mediocre twist, and her fans would hate the comic. It's just a villain of the week romance. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I guess I could see that. Yeah, mediocre twist. All right, so what I am going to do now is I am going to. I don't have a problem with any webtoons. Like I kind of want to like look and see how people do those types of web comics. I've been seeing a little bit here and there, but I am noticing that they are focusing on certain genres and tropes, and other people are following that template, towards success. I'm going to mask, slice, and fill holes now, so we have just the finger. And we got to get rid of the mask. Now we can just move this finger right over there to the hand. Yeah, I haven't actually seen. I only know one. I can't remember what it was called. Something about an empress. I can't hate on anyone for playing the game by the rules. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not like I said. It's not criticism. If that's your goal, then that's your goal, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just as someone who is an outsider, I'm looking around, seeing what's going on in webtoons. It's like, okay, I don't think that's the route I would want to go, but never know. If I put my story on webtoons and somehow for some reason they're like, oh yeah, we want to pay you for this, you know. And then I don't know because I have an end to my story, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Like, yeah, make the money, but you know, I know eventually it's gonna end unless I like destroy what I wanted to do for my story and just try to draw it out forever and ever. But I could do it. I just don't know if I should. I don't know what I just clicked there. Junji Ito would struggle on webtoons. uh, you know what? Remind me what he did. I know that name. I know the name. I had an idea of what he did, but it kind of like faded off into my head. What did he do? Junji Ito. I don't know. That's all the way up there. I'm just gonna roll with it. I think. Why is it? Oh wow, now we're really far. This is why you need this down here. Okay, hold on. Sculpt. There we go. The popular horror comics guy, the one with the yeah, that's right. Yes, yes, yes. With the Naruto symbol. Yeah, that's right. Got you. I knew that name. Some people that I follow on YouTube covered his work, and that's how I know him. I have not read his work, but I do know of it. Um, I follow comic tropes. I hope that no controversy comes out about him. He's a pretty decent content creator. Unfortunately, one is gone down. It's over. It's over for cartoonist kayfabe. They ended it, you know. But I'm gonna stop talking about that now because it's a very weird subject. Not weird, but tragic and unfortunate that it had to go down that way. And cartoon kayfabe continuing is like the least of people's worries, right? Uh, okay, so okay, we got two fingers now. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do before I adjust the middle finger length is I'm gonna put all the fingers on and then adjust it. So that way, because if I adjust it now, then I'm gonna have two middle fingers and I gotta readjust it and adjust it again. So I'm gonna make all four of them the same and then adjust them later. It's a final result. If you didn't read it, oh yeah, I've seen a good amount of it. I didn't read it like fully, like page to page, but I, you know what? Maybe I'll look for it today. I got a lot of indie comics to acquire when I'm done here, uh, for entertainment and research. You know, I want to see. I still want to choose. I have an idea of how I want to do the panels, but I want to see if there's anything I could gather from how people are doing panels these days, and because I kind of know the past, but and I just want to study that. You know, I kind of know how my comic is going to look and how it's going to be paneled, and of course I have the you know the everything written already, start to finish. But you know, just tickling that part of the idea there is my goal here, and you know, of course, to enjoy the comic. Yeah, man, YouTubers are dropping like flies these days. Yeah, sucks. I'm going to rotate this thing out because we don't want these fingers too close now. We're going when we remesh this, they're going to stick together, and he's going to have a webbed hand, and then I gotta undo that, and it's such a annoying process to do. It's doable, but I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. Okay, so we're gonna make some. Oops, got the. I should get rid of this, but you know it's fine. Just don't hit spacebar. It's right next to Alt, and I use Alt for the shortcuts. So I hit that often. That might be further enough away. I'm not sure. Yeah, learning about the comics industry, the inner workings and how people do things, that's very interesting to me. Even if I weren't making a comic, I was always wondered, how do they do this? How do they do certain things, and what's the reason why they come up with it? Most of it is because a lot of it is because they wanted to, they save money on resources like paper and ink, and then of course distribution. But the technical side of doing comics, other than I guess that would be more the logistics, right? After I finish my tarot cards, I want to start a Tattles comic or animation. Oh, nice. Do you want me to vote right now or after the stream? I know we'll have some time before you start, right? And where do I vote? Is this on Discord right now? I don't want to forget. Is it on Discord? Oh, it's on Twitter. Okay. Well, luckily for me, I have Twitter on my phone. I'm looking at Blue Sky. I hear that's where artists are going, and Mastodon. I'm looking at that. I think I'm going to use that site for my art instead of Twitter. Every time I look at Twitter, I just get upset. I just get not upset, but it's like I don't want to be a part of this. It's more like that. It's like I don't want anything to do with this. Okay. Let's see. How about following? Because I don't want to. No, not now. Enough with the windows. I'm trying to see my wall here. What? Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to see this. I'm going to try to help out my friend here. Oh, I see why. Because they put it on the last time. The last time I looked at Twitter. Okay, I'm streaming Minecraft from the Builders Light 3 modded server today. Help me pick the project, please. The theme is Fay Forest. Okay. The most interested one that I would want would be the Twilight. No, wait. No, not that. Twilight Portal decoration. No. How about, can I choose Beehive? Can I undo Twilight Portal? Oh no. All right. I guess I chose Twilight Portal decor. I saw that. I thought you meant I'm on Blue Sky. I don't like Mastodon at all. You're locked into a single board. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm going to post. I'm trying to work out because I'm gonna have to do a lot of technical things here it just might not be worth showing. So what I am doing is I'm gonna start rotating in some 2D projects here, some digital drawing projects, and I'm getting together some resources so I can just do that in between doing sculpting and whatnot. It was kind of varied a little bit more, and that'll be most likely be my next project while I get this sorted. Um, I'm gonna work out how I'm trying to work out how I'm gonna do the clothes and whatnot and the retropology. So in the meantime, and this will probably be sometime next week, I will draw something in digital art 2D. I'm gathering stuff for that, so stay tuned for that. I'll subtract one from Twilight and add to bees. Yeah, let me see the bees. They already have giant beehives where the queen bees are. I don't know if you can grab the whole hive. It looks like a multi-block thing. Twitter views is way down from what it used to be for me. Yeah, a lot of people aren't using that anymore. You can thank the owner of the site. Number one, number two, everyone is crazy on there, man. What the heck? Yeah, I told you about the indie and I'm this isn't I want to get into it, right? But Twitter played a big part in the conclusion of this the indie comic person that took his own life on April 1st. The guy who helped run the channel. Most of that was through Twitter. It's like, man, I don't want to be part of this site. I just or this app or whatever the heck it's called. I just don't. All right. And to watch people justify it, there's no justification for that kind of behavior. Anyway, I'm about to bring that up again. It's just a very tragic story for everyone involved in there. I'm going to okay, so we're doing the fingers. What I want to do is I want to take the index finger, right? I want to take the index. Oops, that's edit mode. We don't need to go there. And I want to spread the index finger out a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to rotate it. I hate Twitter now. Only reason why I still use it because I still get 1,000 views per post. It's still a popular website. I might post my art on it anyway, but I don't know. I'm not going to consider it like a main thing or even a priority. Probably just post some maybe some of the oh shoot, hold on. Finished 2D drawings that I do on stream. I want to work on my banner too. Every 2D project that I finish, I'm gonna make a pop art collage on my banner, the blue banner with my face on it, and I want to make it. I want to do it like comic book panels of all the completed 2D projects that I've done. That was the idea for it. It's not meant to be just a big blue panel with blank space, but that was the idea I had. It was supposed to be like a pop art uh piece. Okay, I need to get in between that finger there. Hold on. Let me I'll tell you what, let me hide the finger real quick so I can get the mask right. Should have done that first. Uh-oh. We gotta get rid of that. There we go. I post on 6 sites all at the same time. DeviantArt and Newgrounds gets the most views. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We gotta link up on Newgrounds because that's where my animations are gonna go. And I'm gonna start posting there again. Just to re-drum up some interest. I still have fans on that website. Hey, little thief, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a great morning. I forgot all about Newgrounds. Yeah, it's still there. It's slightly different. You know, there was a lot of NSFW artists that came from Tumblr when they banned all that stuff. So many of them are on Newgrounds now. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. Very, very interesting animations and art. And I don't know what state the forums are in currently because I haven't been on there for a while. But you, if you post there on the forums, usually I got pretty good critique, like way more than I've never gotten any critique on DeviantArt. Sweaty, I killed the boss in Twilight that killed you. Go get your body. Uh oh, doing good. Pizza didn't treat us well last night. Uh oh, what kind of pizza did you have? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this finger and I'm going to rotate it. Oh, hang on, wait. Mask. Sculpt, set pivot. Pivot to unmask, please. I'm going to rotate the finger so it's just out a little bit. Pizza Hut did us dirty. I haven't now had Pizza Hut in, man, since 2011, 2012. Domino's would be like 2014. I just haven't been, I don't really eat those anymore. Like if I get pizza, it'll be like a mom and pop store. Or like just a smaller company, something. I feel like they taste better than Pizza Hut and Domino's. Or Papa John's. That's another one that I haven't eaten in years. I used to get chicken bacon ranch pizzas from Domino's. That of course is there. It turns out, of course, the one that I like the most is the most unhealthy. Go figure. That's how it goes, I guess. That's why it's so good. Because it's just not good for you. I miss all the mom and pop pizza places. Yeah. Okay, now we got a little peace symbol. Sweaty, can you vote my Twitter poll, please? Yeah, I accidentally voted for Twilight Portal Decor, but I wanted the Fumble Zone. I clicked it too fast because I thought you said I read it like you're going to collect decorations from the Twilight Forest to use in your whatever build you're doing, your Fae build. I read it wrong by accident because I read it too fast, but I thought you were going to do that. I was like, okay, I'll be interested in seeing you progress in Twilight Forest for decorations because that's what I did basically. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll see that. And then I saw, and then I reread it. I was like, oh wait, no, I want Bumbles though. Too late though. Sunlight. Oh, we gotta click that. Sculpt mode. Okay, sculpt, set pivot to active vertex. Now we can move it. I want to spread it out a little bit more, and I want to put it down. And then we can, when we merge it, we'll get rid of all the seams and whatnot. That should be thick enough. I think. I'm gonna rotate it a little bit more. Just want to rotate it. So it won't matter as long as they're spread out and I can get the rig in there. We'll be all right. I'm still a novice when it comes to clothes. Okay, 99. That's cool. I'm still a novice when it comes to clothes, so I'm gonna take some time to brush my skills up in that. And then besides all the other technical stuff that I have to do, I probably won't do a stream Friday or tomorrow. I'll probably come back Monday and then actually draw something while I work on this. So that will be the plan, I think, for this week. I don't want to, even though I'm doing this for fun, I don't want to do it too much. I want to do it every single day. So I'm going to adjust my schedule a little bit. Not even every single day, but I don't want to do it 4 days a week all the time. I might take it down to 3 for a while, just until I get a decent workflow. Because I am getting much faster at sculpting. It used to take me 2 weeks, and now I'm at a week and a half. If I can get it down to a week, that would be great to do a sculpt in a week, or even like 3 days. That'd be a nice thing. I'll work on that though. I'm going to twist the finger a little bit so that it's a little more straight. Then, let's see, we're going to try to move it some. I want to look at it from this angle. Doesn't matter what sticks out because, like I said, we can just smooth that out. Matter of fact, we can do that right now. Good healthy balance is a good idea. Yeah, I'm toying with the idea of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I might just do depending on what I have to do for the workflow, just Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then just and then take care of whatever I want to take care of that I don't feel like it's worth streaming. I got, like I said, I have to resize the person to a real size because right now he's as large as a kaiju. It's basically Godzilla. he should be above this grid up here, standing on it. But as you can see, his hand is way bigger than that, and he's super below. And then there's the clothing and the rigging. That's not really like I want to do. I want to show the rigging eventually and the clothes, but I'm still like a little like iffy with the clothing. At least I can do the rigging just fine. So I might take some time to like try to hash out how I want to do the clothes, and then I'll stream an actual drawing on like Photoshop or whatever, and not stream this for a bit, and then just work on this off stream until it's time to finalize it and pose it, and then oh yeah, and I have to, because I textured in other programs, but I don't have the licenses for those programs, so I have to figure out how I'm gonna do that in this stream. So yeah, it might be just drawing for next week, and then I'll probably come back with this sculpt later, just until I can get a good idea of how I want to design these characters. But yeah, okay, let's smooth out. Okay, and I'm thinking about like just creating just completely different characters, not even for the web comics. I already know how most of them are gonna look. I might do some characters for other projects. I just want to smooth that out now. That way I don't have to worry about it. And then or maybe just something one off, I don't know. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll take the next 4 days to figure it out what I'm gonna do for next week. Sculpt object. I want to work on. I'm gonna get rid of this line now because I don't know, it's bothering me, and I might as well just do something about it. So I'm smoothing out the line here. It doesn't seem to be smoothing out. Oh, you know why it's not smoothing out? Because I don't have it selected. Oops. That is why. Bumble zone. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Thief. I was thinking bumble zone. Oh. I need to see that dimension anyway. I've never set foot inside that dimension. So I want to see how it works and if there's anything that I should get out of it. Uh, since Operation Diamond Hill was a success last night, well, I guess this morning, today I'm going to finish looking for my ancient city. Uh, I'm at the right Y level. Like I dug all the way down, but it's all rock. It says it's a deep dark. I'm listening. I was listening. I'm trying to wake up and I have a small toddler who thinks I'm a jungle. Yeah, they always do that. Climb all over you. Gotta start using those muscles. I guess I don't know. Very common thing. Um, but yeah. I think yeah, it's all rock. It's not a cavern like the first one that I found. But it says I'm in the deep dark, so I'm gonna have to make a mine and figure out where the cavern is, and then hopefully there's an ancient city there, so I can go through the portal and then find out what's on the other side. Apparently, it's like 3 biomes and a bunch of enemies and whatnot, and I'm gonna take them all down. And whatever's in there, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna bring it out, okay, and then use it in Bolivania in some way, shape, or form. I'm taking it and I'm claiming it. It's got to go. I found the echo shards. Those look like decent decoration blocks, but you can also use them to upgrade your netherite armor. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade, because in order for me to use that armor, the next armor upgrade, I'm gonna have to make a diamond set and then put netherite on it and then put the echo stuff on it, and then I'm gonna have to transfer my enchantments that from my emerald set to that new set for the extra stats, and then reforge it. And then what I was thinking of was I'll just make copies of that armor instead of upgrading what you have now. Yes, so many layers, so many hearts. I have 9 rows of hearts. The ninth row isn't complete. It's like 3 or 4 hearts in, but it's enough. And then on top of that, I have life steal, reflect damage. Um, I think you accidentally hit me, but I was blocking and you took damage from me. I'm sorry about that. It gives you a wither and bleeding, I believe. That's on my shield. I need to do that for your shield too. If I block with my shield, it heals me. Like it hit the damage that I would have taken. It takes half of that damage and heals me. And then if I hit them with my sword, I take more life. So I just stay. As long as I keep fighting, I just stay alive. There's like nothing that can kill me as long as I'm hitting it. It's okay. It was a crazy fighting fight. No, we got them. We went in there and got those little jerks, those little sappers, those little miner dudes. I hate those guys, and they're always laughing and running around. Yeah, who's laughing now? Huh? Who's laughing now? We got them all. Yeah, you were right there though. That those diamonds are right there next to your body. So I was like, okay, I'll just light them, and it was easy to find your body that way. All I had to do was find the diamonds because I was lost for a while. I wasn't just running around lighting the area. And we got a purple guy. Oh yeah, that freaking golem. If I can get a spawn egg of those, that will cover wood, iron, and something else. But I've not been fortunate in that regard yet. But I want to make a farm out of those guys. I don't know if bosses drop spawn eggs. That's the only problem. Let's see, object mode. Um, oh yeah. Speaking of, if you ever want to see some of these adventures, next time Little Thief streams, how about shout out? I want to make sure I spell your. Oh nope, I switched the E and the I. There we go. You can see some of these adventures the next time there's a stream. Those laughing tricks. Yeah, those purple. They drop good stuff sometimes. What I do, I don't need to wear any of that stuff. But what I do is, if they have good enchantments, I can strip the enchantments off because I have a disenchanting table at my base. Oh, no problem, little thief. Let's see. Okay, we need to do the next finger. Oops. Okay. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna. Oh, it's Shift D, not Control D. No, no wonder it's not working. There's so many different shortcuts that you have to learn in this program. Well, in all these programs, I guess. Okay, we got another finger. What I want to do, okay, is make. Let's see, sculpt. I'm going to go to active vertex. And we're going to move this a little bit more. I'm not going to move it yet. I'm going to rotate it because I want to get the spacing good, right? Okay. Damn, I missed the middle finger. Yeah, you just missed it. But I do have to lengthen it. You see, they're all the same. They're not supposed to be all the same size. I'm just getting the positioning right. When I remesh this, I don't want them to merge, so I want to make sure that there's a good, decent space between each finger. That's what I am doing right now. And I'm going to continue doing it, of course. And then once we merge them together, we're gonna do a little touch ups here and there, and then that's the whole hand. And then that'll be it for today. And then I'm going to take some time off to to start working in other different kinds of art into my streams here. I want to show a variety of art as well. I don't want to keep just doing sculpts all the time. So I'm going to design a whole new character hopefully next week. That's the tentative plan. Starting Monday. I'm not going to stream Thursday and Friday, so I'm gonna take some time to do that. To get together. I'm gonna reach into my folder of. It's not technically a new character. It's a character that I've drawn before, probably back in high school. I'm gonna because I do want to do some stories with some of my older characters, so I'm gonna start designing some off to the side. not off to the side on stream, but on the side of besides sculpting these characters for the webcomic that I have already written. Okay, I'm stop repeating myself because I hate doing that, to be honest. Okay, so it's a strong word. I don't like doing it. I try to avoid repeating myself. Okay, that's good. Now we just have to have the pinky just come out, and then we'll have a five fingered hand. So let's see here. I saw a piranha. LOL. So I come from the opposite side of creativity. Do you come up with character designs first, story second? Technically, yes, I do because I that's all I did when I was younger. When I was like in school, I would just draw characters and then immediately just like think of a story up off the top of my head using the character. I have kept basically all these characters, and ideas and whatnot, and like I have like a my own little universe that I made over the years, and I thought, maybe I should try to do a project with them and like put it out somewhere. And I thought it would be a story worth telling, so I did that. So now that I have, for the most part, I have the story and the characters. So if I want to make, or like story ideas and the characters. So if I want to make something, then it's a little bit easier because I have something to work off of. For the web comic, I did have an idea of how I wanted to do the story. So a lot of the characters that I made for this particular project, like this character here, was made on the fly. I made him as soon as I decided to make the web comic. I made this guy first, and then the next guy, and the next guy. Many of them were, in this case, in the web comics case, I made the characters first because I already had the story. It's kind of weird, you know. I guess by default, if I have an idea of what I want to do with the story, then um, I guess the story is first, right? And then the characters. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of yeah. It's kind of a weird case because, like I said, I already have like I have a lot of characters already and story ideas. So yeah, I guess I would say the story first and then the characters. But sometimes I would say yeah, it's reverse. Like if I think of a character first and then I try to think of what motivates the character and what's trying to stop him from reaching whatever goals he's trying to do, then it's the other way around. It's really case by case basis, I guess. I don't know. I know. I'm sorry if that's confusing because I made it confusing by accident. Okay. Let me see. I'm looking at the fingers here. Like I said, they need to have the correct length. These two can be the same. Oh, I guess okay. Okay. Hey, realness, how you doing? Oh shoot. You know what? You know what? I don't. I hate it when the chat has you all the same color because I think I'm talking to someone. I think I'm talking to the same person. I just see the color. Being that I can't draw, my stories never start from character design, so it's interesting when someone else does. Yes, yeah. This one, when I created the story, I was like, okay, I need this guy, and this guy, and I made this guy on the fly. Yeah, like because I'm looking at the what you're typing instead of your name, so I thought it was still thief talking. I'm sorry. This like three times I've done that so far because I think Jewel has the same color too, but it's okay. I'm gonna work on that. Yeah, yeah. In this case, I was like, yeah, I need this guy, and then uh, I had the story like ready, and then I think I developed I like when I was like, okay, I need to write this guy. Then I started making this backstory. Um, I imagine this person, this person is he's a lifer in the military. I imagine him from Arizona. Uh, None of that. I don't think any of that. I don't think they go to Arizona once in the story, but that's just just very like some details, something to work off of. I've never been to Arizona either, so that's just the state that popped in my head. I was like Arizona. He's from Arizona. There, and but it's nice to have that, in case you want to add that in the story. Like, okay, well, where's he from? And you can answer that question. I imagine him to be like, more or less he's not a deceiving person. Like, little details like that. Because it helps you write the character. It helps you get an idea of like what a character would do in a certain situation. And that's very good to it's very good information to write a story with, right? So you know where to take the story. If a person's in the scene, it's like, okay, what would he do? Okay, well, he's not gonna do this, he's gonna do that. Child's been set in a safe spot with food after causing chaos. Oh, good. I hope he's all right. Hope he's settled down. Hope they're settled down. I don't know their gender. I'm sorry. That's the kind of details we would use for acting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about the business of Hollywood, but I do study a lot of stories and how people come up with their ideas, because it's and I feel like I'm on the right track. It might not be done in a professional sense, but it helps me. It helps me when I do it this way. So I figure it's like there must be some merit to it, right? Um, yeah, just a very competent person in what he does, but he's aging. He's getting kind of old. He's already over the hump. He's already over the hill, as they say. That's how I see him, and that's kind of like his motivation in the story, and where it goes. What I'm going to try to do, all the merit and madness. She's a tyrant with no fear. Oh yes, that's right. That's right. You did say that. Yeah, I think you said that in your stream. Um, yeah. It's very helpful. Welcome back, 99. It's very helpful when you're trying to decide what a character should do. What I missed, I was talking about. Realness asked me how I if I come up with character designs or the story first, and I'd say it's a case by case basis, but for the most part, since I thought of the story already, I guess it's the story first. But in the case of this webcomic, um, I had an idea already, and then I just made characters first, and then built the story around how I made the characters in some cases. Oh, we're getting a little. What is this? We're getting a little choppy there. I don't know what's that. I don't know what that is about. Let me save it just in case. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe something was loading. Now it's good. Um, yeah, I was telling him I imagine this character from Arizona. He's a army veteran, middle aged. He's over there. He's getting older. I'm a character first writer. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, yeah. It's very whatever is easiest to craft. Sometimes, if it's the story, like if like I think there's a whole act in this web comic that I just wrote on the fly, and I made the characters up as I went, because I needed like I didn't want to I don't want to call it filler, but I needed a bridge from point A to point B. I was like, okay, I know how this part of the story. I know the beginning because I wrote it already, right? And I know where I want to take it. But then there was this one act that was like, how do I get from this point to this point? And I just went. Well, yeah, it sounds like filler, and I guess For the most part, it is, but I think it makes sense in the context. As soon, you know what? When I'm done with the, when I'm done with this next edit, I'm going to post it to you. I want you to read it. I want you to see. I want you to tell me if it's filler. I'll tell you exactly what part to look at too when you read through it. It's there's ironically, even though it's something that's wordy and I'm trying to spread the words out, there's actually more words in the edit this time. I don't know how I accomplished that, but there were some things that I wanted to add that I had forgotten to add the first time around. So it's whatever. I'll just draw more pages. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I'm trying to find a way to pair the high ground with beatdown and get them both to Pennsylvania. Wow, that's something. Beat down. What is beat down? Is that another character? Can't do that with move. Okay, so I'm gonna merge this in a little bit, just a little bit, and smooth this out. Trying to get it down to where. Okay, I'm gonna push this in a little bit, just so it's close enough. That way, when I attach it, I can just merge it. Beatdown is a guerrilla berserker who broke out TMNT Newground style. Oh, okay. Beatdown, huh? It's weird. Those one-off characters in Spawn. I remember they had a guy like that. His name was Cygor. It was like a cybernetic gorilla. He was in the Dreamcast game of Spawn. But I think he only appeared like one or two issues, and that was it. And like you never see him again. It's a very weird story. That very weird. There's a lot of one-off characters in Spawn. I feel like if Host just wrote about this in Professor Adventures, that would be it. Professor Adventures, is that something else? Is that another? Is that a story that you're doing? 99. Because I'm writing it for a JRPG. It's a lot of the one-off characters. Ah, I see. I have an idea for an RPG. Like I said, I just have to make the world and maybe a little bit of the story. But I think I have an interesting idea for that. One day I'm gonna share it on stream, like the process though the process of that I'm brainstorming. I just need to learn how to code. She means IRL adventures. Oh, okay. Cool. All right, these are spread out enough. I'm gonna make the pinky, and then we're going to set the finger length. I like these ideas. It's fun, you know. I don't know. I like doing these. I like doing stuff like this. I've been doing it basically since the third grade. Someone in my class was making comics by folding paper together. They had this character called Weed Whacker, and he was a lot like just picture Mysterio from Spider-Man, right? But he has the glass dome for a head, the cape, big gloves and boots, belt, and but his face is the sun from Super Mario. It looked just like that. And he called it Weed Whacker, and he would make comics of this character, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." So I started making comics, but mine were like fan fiction of existing characters like Spider-Man or Wolverine or something like that. Weed Whacker, yeah, I drew him for a while. I was like, he wasn't really my character, so I kind of stopped drawing him because his name was I don't want to say his name because I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen this person again after that year, after that semester in third grade. But I remember his name. I remember him. We used to just draw comics, and that was like my start in drawing comics. And then the next year, they got more. Yeah, I went more into that direction, and that's where I started creating like the majority of the characters that I still consider, uh, putting into an actual story like this. I consider this the same universe as that, but this story is more like an alternate history to our history. kind of like Watchmen, you know, how it's like it kind of follows history a little bit, but then it deviates. This is the kind of something like that. The tone is a little bit lighter though. It's not like super duper dark. I want to do something darker for like an animation because I feel like there would be more. Um, I guess there'd be it'd be a lot more work, but it's also I think it would be better told in in an animation rather than a web comic. Okay, where was I? Let me see. Object mode. Okay. Shift D. We're going to duplicate this. Watchmen was very interesting and one of the first graphic novels that I bought. Yeah, I got into it late. Of course, you know, when the movie came, I heard of it, right? But I didn't really know what it was about. I thought it was like some. When I looked at it, I was like, okay, this is like some. Uh, it's I don't know. It just seemed I don't know something off. It didn't grab me. I'll just say that it didn't really grab me when I saw it. So I was like, okay, it's like I thought maybe they were like it was like some independent comic that was in the vein of what the mainstream, but not really. It was more of the classical heroes that they were um drawing upon, right? You know, like the Question and uh yeah, the Question. I think Adam or some kind of Adam type character for Doctor Manhattan, so on and so forth. Peacemaker, that would be like comedian, but not the Peacemaker that John Cena is. There was like Peacemaker before that, made by a different company. That they took these characters and he wanted to use the actual characters from these public domain pool here that those characters are made from, but he couldn't get the okay, so he made brand new characters for that story. Alan Moore and uh, Dave Gibbons. But you know, I didn't know the comics history at the time when I first heard of it, so I was like, oh, okay, it's like something I don't know. But when the movie came out and I saw the trailer, I was like, yo, this is you know, I didn't know anything about Zack Snyder besides Dawn of the Dead, I think, and I like that movie, so I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good, right? And I saw the trailer and I'm like, huh, you know, I did not see the heroes this way, and it turns out that was the tone of the comic. In you know, in a way, it wasn't like the movie, but it was the same tone but different. You know, and then I read it after I watched the movie. Yeah, the graphic novel was way better, to be honest. I mean, I like, you know, Zack Snyder. He's a flashy director, right? But that's it, right? I feel like the way he tells his stories is it doesn't have to be that way. Like Superman is not supposed to be dark, right? That's that Batman is he tells things in a way that it's like I guess it kind of makes it less interesting. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah. It's cool to see Batman like jack people up and kill them. That's kind of cool, but people aren't going to like that cuz that's not Batman. You know, that's not why people consume Batman stories. You know, Batman isn't supposed to kill. So, you know, that's going to be a problem for a core of the fan base. I personally don't mind. Yeah, exactly. Batman doesn't kill. I don't mind it. Like I'll give a story a chance, you know, once, you know, if it looks interesting, I'll give it a chance. But and Batman v Superman did at the time look interesting enough to watch, but it I feel like it fell short of what it was trying to do. You know, it was too dark for a DC story. I mean, he'll let things happen. Yeah, I distinctly remember how deflated the crowd was after seeing Watchmen opening night. Um, I don't remember if I saw it opening night, but yeah, it's a very dark story. Yes, Batman does kill, and he cripples and traumatizes teens for life. Yeah, I don't want to get into a debate about what a character um should or shouldn't do. It's not my character, right? Like I said, if this I'll give a story a shot if it's, you know, if it's interesting enough. Regardless of if you want to make uh I don't know, let me get an example here. Uh well, we use that, okay? If you want to make Batman someone else, right? He's not Bruce Wayne this time. He's someone else. Okay, I'll give it a shot, right? You know, most of the parts that make a Batman story is still there, right? Okay, this one, this time he's killing people. You know, the stakes are pretty high. Oh, all right, I guess. You know, if it's interesting enough, I'll take a look at it. You know, they had Michael Keaton do it. You know, he sticks the bomb in the guy's trousers and he kicks him in the sewer and he explodes. It's like okay, it's like one little thing. Or he has like the you know, the guy in the bell tower that's like just beating the crap out of him. It's actually like a real knockdown, drag out fight, and he throws him into the bell and throws him down. You know, and then he falls. It's like okay, he in that situation he kind of had to kill that guy. That guy was giving it to him. Okay, he's in a rubber suit that he can't move in, and this guy is like some kind of martial artist. And you know, there's some things you know, all right, you can suspend disbelief for, right? He's not gonna just knock that guy out. I feel like that's not what Batman does. Yeah, and you're right, and they try to adhere to that. But he has killed, like he had to kill Ra's al Ghul, right? When they fought in the comics, they had a sword fight, and the guy is way better than him because he's like 600 years old, right? But Batman was able to defeat him, but he had to kill him. But it was okay because that guy, because Ra's can come back to life. You know, if you put him in the Lazarus pit, he's okay again. So and then I think there was a one time where he sealed a dude named KG Beast into a wall. Like he bricked him up in a wall somehow. I don't remember how the story went. And then just left him there. And they no cops came, nothing. So he's technically still in the wall. He's dead. And then there's a time when he, you know, back in the 40s when he used to have actual weapons like guns and shooting people and throwing them off buildings and whatnot. But all that's been retconned now, you know. But technically, yes, he has killed. Batman Earth One kind of did that. It's all Batman characters, but everyone is different. Like Batman absolutely sucks at being Batman. Now Earth One is that's the main one, right? Earth One. I forget, you know, because you know you got 616, 893. I don't know. That's Marvel though. DC does Earth One and Earth Two, right? Earth Two, that's Superboy Prime with the punch that like some kind of reality altering punch. It's kind of weird how they did that, but I'm my DC knowledge is shaky at best. Earth One is the alternate is like alternate origin stories. He tasers people with heart conditions. He drags a dude behind the Batmobile while he's driving with full thrust. Oh my god. That's yeah, he was just plowing into people in Batman v Superman. But despite that, like not really, that's not really Batman mythos or Batman's like creed or whatever. I did want to see a Ben Affleck Batman movie. I was like, okay, if you just focus on that part, right? How is that going to turn out? But they scrapped it, so you know that's not a thing now. Ben Affleck felt like he was going to mess it up, so he didn't do it. And I say good for him. You know, he was the only one that could have made it happen, and he felt like he couldn't do it, and then he shouldn't do it. It's a very strong decision making there. You know, if it doesn't need to be, if you feel like you can't pull it off, then maybe don't do it. But I mean, it would have made money anyway. I think people were looking forward to that. Ben Affleck should have been the perfect Batman. I thought he did all right. You know, I didn't have a. It was a little too. He was a little too gloomy. Like when he's in public as Bruce Wayne, you know, he's putting on a mask there, right? But he's like this. He's kind of like Robert Pattinson Batman, where he's dark in his bat cave, he's brooding in his bat cave, and he's brooding in public. That's not really a good Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne's supposed to have the charisma. He's supposed to. If I saw Bruce Wayne, if I saw Batman, right, and I'm looking at Batman, I'm standing on the corner or something or in the alleyway, I'm looking at Batman do his thing, and then I see Bruce Wayne at a funeral and he's still all dark with the bags over his eyes and gloom. I'm like, maybe that's Batman. I don't know. He acts the exact same in public that he does as Batman. It's kind of weird. I don't know. But then again, you know, I've been fooled by simple makeup. Like You know the girl from the woman that's John Connor's foster mother in Terminator 2. I had no idea that was Vasquez from Aliens for a long time. And all they did was just tan her and she worked out. That was it. That's the same person. I'm like, why didn't I see that? I'm looking at this person the entire time. It's like you put on a pair of glasses. It's like, oh, I don't know who this is. I felt so dumb. Yes, that's the same freaking lady. The same lady. She is Vasquez. She has red hair. She's a redhead with very fair skin, freckles, I think, in Terminator 2, but she actually looked like she was a Mexican woman in Aliens, like a in shape Mexican woman. Like I had no freaking idea. People have in real life not recognized me without my glasses. Yeah, it happens. It's pattern recognition, but it's sometimes it's really easy to fool people with just very simple disguises like this. I felt so dumb that I didn't see that. I've seen those movies so many times for years, and I never recognized her until they were like, "That's the same person." I'm like, "Oops, well." Lois looks different without glasses. They shaved her and hit her with the bronzer, and we didn't even know. Yeah, they literally like put her in. I ain't gonna say it, but yeah, they tanned her skin, and then that was it. That's all they did. I don't know what they did with her hair, but she had like the slick hair, and yeah, I thought that was like completely, and I never questioned like why haven't I seen that woman in anything else? Of course I've seen her in everything, in various movies. Lethal Weapon 2, Terminator 2. She's in she was in a lot of those movies. I don't know what other movies she's played in. I don't think I've seen her since that I can think of right now off the top of my head, but yeah, that was her. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this finger. Oops. You know what? I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna move it. But yeah, I'll give Batman that benefit of the doubt because I've been fooled just based off of that. So sometimes the eye shader and the fact that mostly you're looking at the eyes, right? But the eyes are darkened. Maybe if you didn't put the black around his eyes, if you can see more of his eyes, that's eyes and lips, right? You have the lips, but you don't have the nose. You have most of the face covered, so you can fool people like that, right? He's Caucasian, so that's easy. Is and that's they're part of it's the majority race in this country, so I can see if he was a different race, and he might be able to, like, maybe he might be easier to recognize if you had a black billionaire and then he's got all this stuff, he's got all this gear, and you might have a better chance of recognizing him then. But you know, um, yeah, it could he could very well not be recognized in public. But I'm talking more of like his personality. His personality makes me think that there's just something off with this guy, and sometimes that's all you really need. And people will dig further and further until, like, okay, yeah, that's him. If they really wanted to know who Batman was, I guess the idea is that everyone's corrupt or whatever, and you got this one guy out there who's the only person doing anything about it. So very few people are going to question who he is. They're just happy that he's there, right? At least that's the idea that I get. I don't know. Like I said, I don't read a lot of Batman comics. I think he has a good relation with, like, the general public, not so with criminals and maybe the people who run the city. So nobody, like, as long as he's not killing anyone, there's no reason to try to find out who he is and get him that way, right? I don't know. I think if I did something like Batman, you eventually you would have to get caught, right? You wouldn't be able to keep that going forever. But I don't know. Get me pictures of the bat, yeah. Good luck. Oh, I made a bulgogi last night with hamburger meat because I didn't have anything else. Turned out pretty good. What is that? I'm not sure if I heard of that dish before. Let me okay. Oop, hit the hit the space button again. All right, let me sculpt this down. I'm just gonna smooth this out so that way it kind of blends into the hand a little bit. And then once this becomes a part of the hand, then we can get rid of the rest of the little discrepancies here. Build the knuckle, rebuild the knuckle, and things like that. So what we need to do, I'm making bulgogi tofu right now for Jenica's lunch. What is this dish? I've never heard of this dish. Nom nom. It's marinade meat. Okay. Is it like a meatloaf? Are we talking it's a good sauce, sweet and can be spicy. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so it's like kind of like chili, maybe hamburger helper. I don't know. I don't. I'll look it up later. I'll look it up later. I've never heard of this dish. I'm with hamburger meat. If I don't make a hamburgers, ribeye strips, or sirloin marinated meat. Okay, so semi sweet marinade. Gotcha. I do I make spaghetti, or if I'm not making hamburgers, I make spaghetti. I gotta make a meatloaf one day. I got a meatloaf pan. Try it out. All right. Let me. Oh, I don't want to deform this, but I'm gonna start with the pinky. Gotta make the pinky the right size. Now, I would scale it, but it's gonna shrink the entire finger. I'm not sure if I should do that. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me. I can try it. Scale it. Oh, and we'll just adjust it. Okay, that's not so bad. Folks, taking your diamonds, I'll pay you back once I get my mind working. Oh yeah, that's what Operation Diamond Hill was for. Sort of. I figured it was for mines. I still got to make those. I made a bunch of extruders for sand. I've been logging in, just let the sand build, and then at night I'll get on and put the sand in the water so I can get rid of the thing. I need so much more sand though, so much more. I think I'm gonna fill it halfway, and then I'll just use the sand that's already there and just leapfrog it. Like take the sand in out in the outer off the behind the outer wall, and then just move it up to the front. Just keep doing that until it's all done, and then reuse that sand for the surrounding area that I want to do. I have this little area that I have planned out here, and then I'm gonna redo my mountain. I got a mountain. Okay, so now we have to increase this. I think let me see. Hands one, hands two. Object mode. I don't know if I want to scale it because Ace hook me up with a deconstructor. I have unlimited diamonds for you in seconds. Deconstructor. Okay, I'll check out and see how it's made. Hey, studio, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Just doing the hand here. Oops, I don't know what I did. Okay. The end of Twilight. Oh, it is. Okay. I guess I have more to do in Twilight then, because I didn't see that. Deconstructor, deconstruct. Oh, do you mean an uncrafting table? You don't mean that, do you? I'll take a look. I can easily arrange the decrafting table because I need to make one as well, so I'll just make two. All right, scale, sculpt mode. What I want to do is I'm gonna scale the finger up, but I don't want to make it like that. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. Let me see. Sculpt, pivot to active text. There we go. See what I mean like that? Can I make it skinny? No, uh-oh. Yeah, his middle finger is gonna be like super thick. I'm just gonna stretch it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take grab uncrafting table. Yeah, I got you. I can do that. I was just down there. I was helping Thief yesterday. I can bring one down later. I'm looking for the ancient city in the deep dark though, so it'll most likely be after that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna log on and build this. I'm gonna try to build this in early like I've been doing, and I'll knock that part out before and then I'll make some uncrafting tables after I find the ancient city because I got to go into that dimension and look around and try to get what I can get, and then I'll bring it down. Looking around, I gotta make I can make the final baller armor. Actually, I already can do that. What do you want from the deep dark? I have some stuff. Well, I already have echo shards. I killed a bunch of those big dudes, whatever, I forget what they're called right now. What are they called? Reavers, Ravagers? What are they called? No, they're not Ravagers or Reavers. The guys with the sound. I can take those guys easily. Just as long as I keep fighting them. As long as I keep hitting them, I can take them. But I already have what I need for the armor. I'm just trying to see what's in that dimension and see if there's anything I can use to build with. I have echo shards. I have hearts. The heart I need to cross over to that dimension, and I have all the other stuff that it drops. I got shriekers. I have shulk. It's getting a little deformed. I don't like that. Maybe I'll use a bigger brush. I just want to make the middle finger the size it should be, and I can't scale it without making it super big and sausage like. I'd rather not do that. False alarm on the tiny tyrant. Uh-oh. The tyrant is back. Maybe with a bigger brush I can stretch this out without deforming it. So that's what I'm trying right now. I'm not concerned about that knuckle. I will readjust it. This is the knuckle. This should be up here, but I'll just flatten that and then or I don't even have to flatten it really. I could just color over it since that's part of the bony landmark. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I'm trying to line up the lines here. This should be slightly above these two lines. These fingers are roughly the same size. So I'm only trying to stretch the top part. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. It looks like, since they're spread out, I think this is the corrected length. I'm pretty sure that's the correct length. I have to see it with the rest of the body. We put that back first, so we don't anger Twitch or anything. Okay, we don't anger them. All right, let's see. We're going to mirror this hand on the other side. So I just want to see how that looks. I think that looks about right. His hands are spread because I think that's how the rig is going to be, and I can adjust it if it's not. So it's not a big deal. Okay. Let me see. Let me put the head on. Where's the head? Oh, right there. Try to see the proportions here. I think that's okay. All right. Oh, get rid of this floating head here. Okay. Okay, I think the hand is good. Now we can start working on it. Still got just got to do the just some touch-ups here and there. We still got to combine them, which we're about to do right now. I think, yeah, I think we can do that now. Let's see, this is the hand, right? Okay. Let's see, object mode. I'm gonna select everything. And I do believe to merge everything was Control J. I hit the button. Did it work? Oops. Try in scope mode then. Control J. We click Control J. No. I'm looking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or is it Shift J? Am I messing up here? Is it Shift J? Is it Control J? I need Control J. I don't know why it's not working. I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know why it worked that time. I literally did nothing different. Now it's all one hand. Now we got to get rid of this little shelf here. These shelves. Okay. I'm going to remesh it now. There we go. All right. Now that we have an entire hand, we can go on with touching it up. I finally found one of those you know when you go into a deep ocean in Minecraft and there's those big pirate ships at the bottom there. I finally got to one of them, and you know what the funny part is? When I went down there were no scalawags there, because usually scalawags are all over that. Oh, thank you, Steve. Yeah, hand is something that I definitely want to get that right, because this will be bent and it will be deformed. So you want to make sure that all the polygons are correct and it looks good. It's probably, besides the face, probably one of the most uh, polygon intensive areas here. You don't really have to do that much for the feet as much as you do for the hand. Yeah, none of them came out. Yeah, I'm ready to do battle. I'm like, okay, I'm literally ready now, guys. Y'all mess with me all the time when I'm just trying to go through the ocean, and then I accidentally go over a sunken ship, and they just attack me for no end and nearly kill me. And now that I'm ready to do battle with them, not one of them appear. I found there's a spawners down there for a shark, a type of harmless shark. Like the shark doesn't hurt you. And then the ships they have much more loot, and the bigger ones with the sails, there's much more loot down there. And hang on. There we go. I just when I'm just adjusting my thing here. And then I haven't seen any sharks. Yeah, there's some sharks now. I forget what they're called. Yeah, I don't remember what they're called, but they didn't attack me or anything. They had spawners in there. They didn't do anything, and they would not have been able to do anything to me anyway. So lots much more loot. They had a big fly. They had the flywheel, big flywheel in the ship. I took that. That's some crate stuff. I don't know. And cannons. Apparently, you put blueprints in the cannon. I don't know if it shoots the blueprint or it shoots what's on the blueprint into the world to like create. I don't know. I have to check. I have to test that because if that's the case, then that would be very useful to use when you're trying to build something. You just want a template and then you can just work from that. I want to see if that's a thing. Okay, we see we remeshed it. They didn't. We see at the very end here, it kind of merged, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. But you just don't want it to happen up here. The hand is kind of, it's kind of it's a very meaty hand, but I guess that could be a thing. Like I said, we can adjust it. We can adjust it. But yeah, I thought I just wanted to see what was down there, and that's what was down there. They had a sack full of golden apples that I found, regular apples, all the coral which I collected because you can botany plant those, and I think I'll find a way to use them. If I do, like I want to incorporate water into some of the areas that I want to build on my island, so having a coral would be nice. His special ability is +5 to pimp slap. Yeah. Oh. Let's see. What do we go next here? Okay. So we have some creases and discrepancies here that we can get rid of. So we're going to do that. All right. What I'm going to do is instead of trying to smooth that down, I'm going to paint over it with the knuckle. And you have these two big main, think of like a gristle on a chicken bone. That's kind of how some of your knuckles are going to look, depending on how thin your hand is. So we're going to try to get that bony landmark shape for that. And then I'm going to bring in those tendons closer, like so. And try to keep that for the finger and then the second knuckle. His finger's kind of lumpy there. We're going to bring that out though. Hit him with the palm. Freaking palms. Okay. Pull that out. I'm going to pull it out a little bit. It's going to be deformed, but that's only because I'm going to smooth it. Smooth it back down. I just want to try to get rid of that crease there. That should be there. Bosman palm strikes, yeah. That guy, yeah. According to him, it's the same. It's the same force as a punch, except you don't risk breaking your fingers in the process. I guess there could be some merit to that, if you don't want to damage your hands, which would be bad for a fighter. And I've seen it in practice in some matches. I think I don't remember who did it. I guess he did it. Yeah, I think he did it in some of his matches already. Seems to be effective. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Seems to really jack people up when you hit them with a palm to the face. Okay, those lumps are still there. I'm trying to fix them. Maybe I should have adjusted them first and then remeshed it, but that's okay. So I'm gonna try to work on the shape a little bit. The idea was to just to have something that I can generate whatever kind of reference from this that I want. Like if I want to have a fist, if I want to make them have a fist, I can make them do that, and then I can just correct if there's any. I'm trying to minimize any mistakes in this mesh as much as I can, and then whatever is left, I can just correct it. As long as the shading, the lighting, and the general anatomy is there, I can work with that. You want your reference to be good as possible, but I'm operating under the assumption that there will be some room for error. Since I'm still learning this medium, but I think eventually they'll just get better and we'll be all right. But I want to try to do this as best as possible without like overdoing it. He wasn't allowed to punch, so next best thing. Yeah, yeah. What you know what happened? I forget. You know what happened to his bicep? I know he had like a lot of meat taken out, and he took the cartilage out of his nose and put like a piece of rubber there. So if you punch him in the nose, it does nothing. Besides the impact, of course, but it does nothing to him. I think it's kind of interesting that boxers don't do that. Because that would be very helpful for a boxer. That way you ain't have to worry about getting your nose broken because you have a fake nose there, like a prosthetic or something. He had the whole cartilage taken out. You could push his nose all the way in. It looks weird, but at least there's no pain, right? Yeah, something like that. I know he explained it on some podcast or other, but I forget. I forget the reasoning behind it. I need that hand to open my kimchi jar. Lid is stuck. I've never had kimchi. I guess that's what's that fermented cabbage, right? At least I think that's what it is. I had regular cabbage though. I guess it's something like that. Why? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, why is this little blue dot moving? But that's because I have symmetry on, and there's nothing there because I got rid of the hand. I'm gonna mirror this hand on that side. Not a big deal. Let's see. Get this. I'm just gonna bring this out probably more than I should. Smooth this down a little bit because this isn't supposed to be fat like a big area, like an inflated area. Kimchi is one of the best foods ever. Next cook, you come on, let's cook out. You come over and taste a little. Sure, I'll try it. I was always curious about that one in particular, kimchi. I like cabbage. Oh, okay. Oh, no wonder I don't want to use cut. I don't want to use what is this? Draw sharp. I almost called it draw cut until it almost kills you. Wow. Is it dangerous to eat? I've never heard of this, if it is, but just wondering. Well, it is fermented, right? I don't know. I know that's like, oh, 99 is allergic to the one he gave me. Uh-oh. Had shrimp. Shrimp's good. I love shrimp. Yeah, it's weird. My sister is allergic to I don't know if it's the shrimp or the seasoning, but she has that too. Luckily, I'm not allergic to anything. I'm glad to be able to eat peanuts and shrimp. Very fortunate in this regard because I like both of those things. I have some Chips Ahoy Reese's peanut butter cups, cookies. My niece can't eat those though. She's allergic to peanuts. I don't know why like they have all the allergies, but I'm just glad that I don't because those cookies are soft and very delicious. So delicious that I will have to limit myself to eating. If I eat some, I'll eat like two or three cookies and then just that's it. That's enough. That's enough. I'm trying to like lower sugar more and more, but every now and then I'll have like a soda or something. That's why I have like this little dark spot. Why is this opposite? I took that off, didn't I? That's from drinking two. I drank like two sodas recently, and they gave me that instantly. I had a bin that shrimp. Oh, I had a bin that had shrimp, and I ate it without knowing. If she can't have pink fish, it's the shrimp. If she can eat pink fish, it's the seasoning. Yeah, I eat salmon often. I love salmon. Salmon is great. I have some salmon in my refrigerator right now, but it's like the pre marinated season. It's Asian grill flavor. It tastes good though. I like it. I had some of that at a restaurant, and I just had a craving for it. It's like a restaurant off. I'm not gonna say where it is. I'll say it anyway. But off Progress. I'm not sure where it is, but someone got it for me, and it was very delicious. I have smoked salmon in my fridge too. Yeah, I keep salmon. I love salmon. Salmon's so good, easy to cook. You can serve it with some vegetables. Normally I serve it with shrimp too, to myself, of course. To serve it. I'm serving it. I'm serving it to myself. No, yeah, yeah. Normally I cook it with shrimp, a vegetable of some sort, and either potatoes or rice or pasta. It's very delicious. You can serve me if that's what you're making. Yeah, I'm sure you'll like it. I have I have leftovers from this past weekend though. It's we had a cookout, my family, so I've been eating off of that. So I'll be cooking for a while, but I might make some sides from whatever I have left. Always delish. Okay, we're trying to get this down here. It's like this little, yeah, I want to get rid of that. And I'm gonna smooth it out. I don't want these little pits here. That sounds very good. Leftovers are the best. Yes, yes, very very delicious. They used a smoker. It's not too charred. You know, sometimes people do a cookout. They might char the food a little too much. It's like you're eating charcoal. It's like very unfortunate, but when it's done right, it tastes very good. All right, I'm looking at the shape of the hand here. Okay, I want to get on this side. Let me see if I can draw sharp in between here. There should be a little more space in between the fingers, but it's not a big deal. Like I said, if I use this and draw a hand, if there's still little correction or little discrepancies in the anatomy, I can just fix that. This isn't meant to be the final product, but I want to make these meshes as good as possible because um, if I ever decide to use just a mesh for anything, whether it be a video game or animation, and it should look as best as it could. I still have to do the coding though. I gotta learn that stuff. I don't know. I don't know anything about that except for the if this then if X then Z. I know that some of it is that, but because from looking at all the configs that we have for Minecraft over the years, if I ever have access to that, I see how that's done there. A lot of that stuff is apparently it's just data packs, so it might be a little bit easier. That'd be nice though to try to create a mod. But I kind of want to do that too, like create a mod for the mod pack. That'd be nice. That'll give Builders Delight some uniqueness to it. The mods that only we have. Sounds like interesting prospect. One day I'm going to look into that. Okay, I'm gonna put this fatty area. I'm gonna emphasize that a little bit. I'm looking at this area. This right here is kind of. Let me back that up some. There we go. Let's see here. Looking at a hand. Make sure I get this right. So I think some of these forms that I did, I kind of overdid the basic form, but we can fix it. As long as we can sculpt it, we can fix it. Okay. H, I'm gonna flip it so it looks just like this. So the thumb is on this side and all the fingers on that side. I'm headed out for lunch. I'll catch you later. Great stream. Oh, thanks. 99. Thank you for being here. I'll catch you later. Have a good rest of your day. All right, so I'm gonna I'm gonna merge this down a little bit. I'm gonna pull this out because I see there's a little dip there. That's what I'm going to do. Man, it's been raining a lot since yesterday, I think. So much rain. Very tranquil. Almost makes you want to sleep in when it's raining. Because I can hear. My head is near my window, so when it rains, I can hear that. It makes me just fall out in bed. It's like, oh, I don't want to get up, but gotta get up. It's the hump day. Get over the hump day. You know, it's a lot of goal for a lot of people. It rained down here for a moment Tuesday. You get a lot of rain down there. I always imagine it to be hot, like for most of it. Well, besides when it's when it's winter, except for maybe like the more northern areas. I guess that's more or less hot. A warm climate. I don't know though. I've only been to like one area in that area. Sometimes depends on the season. Yeah. Okay, I see the problem. Palm is too small. We need to fix that. This side looks okay, but this side needs some work. So we're going to take care of that. That might have happened when I was moving everything around. I think I'm going to push all this down. Let's see if that will help. I'm trying to push this down further. Also, this should be in. Let me put this in. Okay. The only landmarks are too big here. So that I'm going to push those in. And we'll continue putting the bottom of the palm, pushing that down. I can see now that there's some slight issues with the way that looks. Yeah, this is a little too bent too. See if we can just move that a little bit. Starting to see little things here and there, but that's okay. These little tweaks, uh, they can be corrected at any time, so it's not a big deal. Let's back it up some. You kind of can stretch your pinky out that far, but I don't know. It's and then these make the bottom part of the finger a little bit thinner. I need a smaller brush though. I should have done that with the basic shape. Make the area around the knuckle a little bit fatter, but I can just do it now. It's never too late. Oh, I'm about to get out of this freaking chair soon. I have some cushions, but you know, it's good. It's always good to stand up after a while. Don't want to freaking sit down a lot. And the fingernails, it's okay. So I do have a little bit more tweaks, but I might not get to all of them, but they will be fixed. All right, so I'm gonna make that a little bit skinnier. Let's see. I guess we can make this a little bit wider. And let's take a look at this perspective here. I'll have to smooth all this down eventually. You know, it rained for when I was in Washington State, it rained for much of the year. I think there was like even during the winter it rained a lot. I think there was only like maybe like 2 or 3 snow days in the 3 years that I was there. A lot of rain there. One time it rained for almost a month straight. It just kept coming. It was like flooding and everything. Now, I think that was during the year of uh Hurricane Katrina. It was either the that same year or the next year. I don't remember. 'Cause that's two different hurricane seasons. I think. I'm not a weather guy, so I don't know. But yeah, it was a lot of rain. It's pretty bad during the winter because the rain can also be cold, like super cold. So it's like it's like oh my goodness. Okay, it's starting to look a little better. It might just be I just need to just tweak the shape of the some of these fingers just a little bit. We have the palm this palm size matches the other side. I think we had these little meaty pads here. They were a little bit further down, which made it not look right to me. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep working on the knuckle area for each finger. I'm going to pull them out a little bit more. Like I said, this is something I should have done when I was working on the basic shape, but it was an oversight. Whoops. Ever been in Florida rain? No. I've actually never been to Florida. I've yet to be in that state. The furthest south I've been was uh I think Louisiana is more south than Georgia, right? I've been to Georgia and I've been to Louisiana. I think Louisiana is more southward. So I'm gonna say Louisiana. And man, that heat, if there's anything if it's anything like if Florida is anything like Louisiana, oh my goodness. Man, that was terrible. I would like it was like I'd rather be like I've been to Louisiana in the summer and the winter, and I feel like they're both pretty bad. You know, it gets really cold down there too. I think I would rather be there in the winter, to be honest, rather than the summer. It was so freaking hot, so hot. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's like it'll be 100 degrees pouring. Oh yeah, rain's not gonna help you there, huh? You're just wet and hot. Well, I don't know. I guess you could probably still get some type. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I was in the rain and it's hot. I know I have been in that type of weather, just not in that area. Okay, we're gonna work on the bony landmarks a little bit more. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this little pit in the palm of his hand and deepen it a little bit. It's a little too flat. Okay. So I think I am going to do, yeah, 100 degrees pouring. That sounds bad. That sounds horrible. I didn't see any alligators or anything. I'm glad. I don't want to be near an alligator. Having those things, I wouldn't want to live in that state just for that reason alone. Like I don't know. Like I don't know where they are in the state. I know they're there. I just know that they're there. Or it's sunny and pouring. Yeah, I've seen that a few times. It's very very strange. It's not strange. I guess it's just uncommon. They're just water puppies. Yeah, uh-huh. I don't like it. They just alligators are chill. Yeah, uh-huh. I'm sure they are. I'm sure I'm not gonna mess with them. All right, so I'm gonna try to make this. Oops. Why do I keep using that brush? Crocs though. Yeah, Crocs. Got your little crocodiles. We have those in this country too, right? The only time I've seen anything about crocodiles is usually like in Africa, in that famous watering hole, that big area. And they have the really giant ones just sitting there, and they just sit there. They're just there. And then like hippos are on the other side, and they just leave each other alone because crocodiles know they can't mess with a hippo, so they just like they have a the babies will sit on the hippo and just chill there, and everything will be fine. The only thing that's in trouble is anything that comes to that place to drink water, like a gazelle or something or a zebra. They'll get snatched up. That is one. They had this one video where I think it was like a gazelle or something. It was about to die. It was like one of the crocs had it and was trying to pull it in the water, and then the hippo comes to its rescue, and the croc backs off, and that gazelle got to live out its life without dying in a watering hole. What is up with that, huh? Hippos look mean too. They look. I've never seen one in real life, but I've seen pictures. They look like they could swallow a person whole. Excuse me. That's the only time I really see crocodiles, though. I'm not really sure where they are here in this country. Need to smooth these out here. It looks a little. Well, I guess they could be bumpy, right? But I don't make them too bumpy. Like this area right here should be a little smooth. So I'm gonna beef that up a little bit with some clay strips. Hippos are terrifying. Yeah, they look terrifying. You can't pet those guys. They always make them all cute and stuff, and in cartoons and those in CGI movies and whatnot. But they're like far from that. They're not like I don't even know if you can like even do things with them in a zoo like you can with elephants. You can have them do tricks or whatever and be nice to them and have them around you. I don't think you can. Can you even do that with a hippo? I'm not even sure. It's been a long time since I've been to a zoo. They're too fast to be that big. Yeah, probably all muscle. Even though they look like fat, they look like they just eat. Well, they have to eat. They have to eat constantly. When you're that size, you have to just basically just keep eating forever. Elephants too. They just deforest an area trying to stay alive. I'm just gonna clear all these trees out. I need all the trees. I need them all now. I don't know. It's been years though since I've been to a zoo, so I don't even know what zoo I've been to. I've been to one though. I don't remember which one. I think there was one in DC. Maybe it was that one. I'm not sure though. But normally, yeah, those are. I usually just see like a crocodile or something on National Geographic. Okay. See, that's a little too patterned. It looks like I don't know. Looks unnatural. But I'm just gonna smooth that out. Well, for how you gonna be that big with on a low calorie diet? Yeah, they just eating constantly. Okay, we're going to trying to smooth the fingers out a little bit here. I guess that's okay. I'll do a little more tweaks in the near future. La, la, la. Trying to get to this right here because we're going to be stopping here in a few minutes. Oh yeah, I still got to do those. I still got to smooth that out. Try to smooth this out some more. Just trying to look at it from each angle. Okay, the fingers look a little better. Still a little bit too much texture in them, but slowly work on that. And this finger, going to smooth out. And soon this hand will be merged once again with the rest of the body. I do like the knuckles. Might be the line should be in this. I think the line should be in the center. Well, I guess that's fine. I said it doesn't have to be hyper realistic. I do more of a semi realistic style when I draw. So this is just more of like to get an idea of where the muscles are and whatnot. That's all. Okay. Let's see. Try to smooth this out a little bit more. Okay, and we have this. Looks like he has some calluses here. So we're gonna smooth this out, and then I think that'll be all for today. I had some calluses from because when I used to work out a lot and I didn't have gloves at first. You don't wear gloves, you'll get calluses on these three fingers because this is where all your grip is right here. Especially when you start going heavier and heavier, you're gonna need these more. If you don't have these two fingers, you're not gonna have much of a grip for anything really. But this is where all your grip power comes from right here. Just smooth that in real quick. And I can still see the clay strips. I think maybe that brush might be a little too strong. I may have to adjust it, but it's fine. I do like the texture of it because it makes it look more like a skin texture, like a flesh texture for certain things. I think the fingernails, yeah, I'll work on those. Okay, let me save it. I always get a little worried once you get a lot of progress and then you save it and you're like, oh, I haven't saved it yet, and then suddenly there's an outage or a crash or whatever. I don't know if that's actually. I think I had a crash before, but maybe not a power outage while I was drawing. That would suck. crash, at least the program has a chance to recover your stuff. So I've had a crash and then it'll come right back. But all right. I want to thank all of you for stopping by. I very much appreciate you being here. There won't be a stream tomorrow, and I don't think there will be a stream Friday either. I will adjust my schedule to reflect that on my page here. I'm going to come back on Monday. There's going to be like I said, there's going to be a lot of technical things that I got to do now, and instead of streaming that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw something in Clip Studio. I'll probably design a whole different character, and I'm going to plan for that for Monday morning. Thank you all, and I hope to see you there if you have the time to come stop by. All right, peace out. Thank you for